broadcast live.
Hey, yo, we out here with DreamTeam.
Are we good?
Doing the damn thing. What up, what up, what up, what up, y'all? Y'all dropped a brand new single with MT Reason.
Yeah.
How did that come about? How you guys decide that you won't be working with MT and Reason? Especially because you guys have been quiet, hardly do any features unless it's a producer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, basically, bro, they kind of hit us up. It was a tweet way, you know. They were like, yo, really fuck with the joint. And then just called him and like MT tweeted about it, and then Reason was like, yo, that's my shit. So I was like, actually, it's just sitting there, you know. And fortunately, like, we know dudes and like they're cool homies, so they were more than down. MT came through, he laced it, and then Reason came up and he killed the verse. It's insane. It's a lovely joint. I'm enjoying it. Everyone that has listened to it is giving it positive response. So
Yeah, it's been crazy.
yeah, it's been a good day, man.
Alright, that's dope, that's dope. So is it like, do you feel like, because you've been quiet for a while, the acceptance just makes you feel like, yeah, you know, this is our spot, you know, is it reaffirming your spot, essentially?
Yeah, definitely, man. We've been quiet for a while, so we're just making a statement that we're back. Just like a song to put out there for everyone to hear for free, not even try to sell it, you know. We want to shoot a video also, and even with the features, we're like, these are people we're cool within the industry and we look up to and we enjoy their music. So it's a nice, very nice balanced song from MT to us to Reason. So those are just two completely different artists balanced out on one song, and it came out very nicely. People are loving it, the buzz is crazy, and it's a banger, it's a smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, coming out now without Dash, how's it like just to go, okay, we came, all three of us from Durban, did the damn thing. We've been quiet for a while, and when we come back, there's no Dash.
Well,
how's that feeling, just as a start?
You know, at the end of the day, it's always got to boil down to personal growth, you know? And firstly, like Dash and us, we cool. Like, he's our brother, he's our friend. You know, nothing changes. It's just that now we have to kind of forge our own path, you know, without him, because he wants to pursue other things, you know. And it might happen in the future to me, it might happen to him, you know. We don't know what the future holds. So it's acceptance of those things and not holding grudges and trying to be like, he's cool, because it's not that, you know. It's just personal growth. So once we understood that, it was easy, and we spoke about it, and he was like, yo, I really want to do X, Y, Z. And we were like, no, bro, go for it. You know, we'll support you in any way that we can. And of course, he also tries to support us, you know. But as the two of us now, we're trying to make, you know, the impact that we initially set out to make when we started making music, you know. And that's more aggressive, like music. There's a lot of features. You were talking about the fact that we don't do a lot of features. This year, it's kind of going to flip. We're going to be doing a lot of features. So, you know, in our music, in other people's music. So we're just being a whole lot more aggressive about our space. And I think the mentality and you know, the feeling in the team is actually quite positive. It's quite good, man. Like, you know, it makes it a little bit easier because there's less people now to kind of, you know, spin everything around too. But, you know, the team is still the team, bro. We still gotta consult, make decisions, and decide on the best way to move forward.
So you feel that, like, because Dash had all these other interests, I mean, especially after you're saying it's easier now to make decisions.
Yeah.
You feel that because he's had a conclusive decision to say, yo, this is my path.
Sure.
It's almost easier for you guys because you're on the same page to make decisions, move forward on the decisions and chase it, versus having three people and the one person is not always on the same page with you guys.
Yeah, because it was hard sometimes. A lot of our things would clash, like what DreamTeam was doing and what he was doing would clash all the time, and we felt like, hey, it's gonna be tricky, but we try to balance it out every time. We try to make everything work out. So I think he felt during that last year's period, he was like, actually, maybe I just want to focus on what I want to do, you know. And we're like, okay, cool, bro. If that makes sense to you, we understand. We support you in any way. Just go for it. We're gonna carry on with what we're doing. Carry on chasing the dream, carry on taking it to bigger heights.
Alright, so Dad said that y'all guys go run the streets while I chill and become a man, a boyfriend.
Hey, I wouldn't put it that way.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't
you know,
put it like that.
I'm joking.
man.
I'm joking. Y'all don't have to answer. Y'all don't have to entertain that statement. That's replaying shit, nigga. You know?
I wouldn't put it that way, no.
Okay, cool. So essentially there is no there is no bad blood. It's just really like
No,
a
not at
guy
all.
saying, yo, I gotta chase
No, not
this.
at all.
But do you feel, has this been a part of the reason why you guys have been silent? It's just been finding the chemistry to kind of work, and who is working and who is part of the team? Is this been part of the delay also?
Well, I think the bigger part of the delay is just reformulating our approach now into the game, you know. As I said, we're doing a lot of things differently from how we normally do as Dream Team. And a lot of that has had to start from scratch,
Yeah.
you know, because obviously now we need to factor in, if we're doing a song, there's no more dash, so now we need to approach the song this way, that way. If we're doing our social media, we now have to do it this way because there's now no longer 3 people, whatever the case is. So we've just redesigned how our approach to music and, you know, the things around music that we're currently engaged in, and that took the most time. But yeah, man, it kind of did grind a little bit to, you know, that thing of, oh, okay, are we holding him back? Is he holding us back? And that's where we had the conversation, and we realized that, you know what, maybe this is the best solution, you know, to kind of to make everybody happy. Because for me and him, we're still very much invested in music. You know, we've been making songs every day for the past maybe 6 months, you know, even before the whole thing happened. But that's where we are. We still want to actually make music. That's our passion, and maybe he does too, maybe in his own capacity, you know. But we still seeing the Dream Team brand. We still want to carry that forward. We still want to push it to new heights, and that's where we are now, man.
So if Dash drops a solo album, you guys feature on it? Will he even drop a solo album?
I think he probably will, because he is passionate about music, and we've spoken, he does want to do music, and yeah, definitely, why not? We would definitely feature on his album.
But it's his decision.
Too. Yeah, it's also his decision.
Yeah.
You know, if he approaches us, or if we just in studio vibing, it can happen, you know.
For me, I've always felt like there was almost like a brotherhood, right?
Definitely.
With you guys, and it happens, you know. You guys, I can sense, are still our brothers. But just for groups, because I remember when I first spoke to you and I said, I was joking about it, saying, hey, Dash is doing this and that, you know what's going to happen. It was an interview and you guys are like, never, never. But, you know, what does that teach you, though, about the lessons of never, ever? Or what does it teach you about when you hear you got to grow? And what does it teach you about what's your plan? Because Dash was like, these are my niggas, but this is my plan.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I think it always just boils down to synergy, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, we always had a united plan, and our individual plans always have to feed into that, you know. And the moment you start getting X, Y, and Z, which then starts to conflict, then you have to reevaluate what's actually the more important thing to you. And for him, I guess maybe he reached the point where he was like, let me do what I want to do, because at the end of the day, I'm liable to myself. You know what I mean? Yes, we can all be brothers, but I'm liable to myself. And if I'm sleeping at night and I'm feeling guilty about not doing something, it's not on me and Sasso, it's on him, you know what I mean? And the same applies to everybody, bro. I always encourage him, do what you want to do. Like, do what you want to do. But the bigger thing for me is there's always a space for you in the team. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be, you got to bust out and like try. There's always a space for you. You can always make it, and it just depends on how much you actually want to make it work. And that's the difference. And growth is growth, man. That's understandable. I think that's the biggest thing that we took out of it, is that we're all growing in different trajectories, you know? At some point it will happen. And forever, yes, forever for us doesn't mean the music. It means the brotherhood, you know? Like, we're still friends. They're like, he's still my brother. Like, I'm still his brother, you know? And that will never change. Music can never come in between that, because as much as we make music, we aren't music. That's not all we are. We're also people. You know, that's as simple as that.
With like the growth of, like, you guys almost been one of the first few guys to come from Durban as hip hop acts and become mainstream. You are one of the first few guys to do it. I mean, with the growth of the Durban, like, rap scene, are you guys still in touch and connected to that world?
Very much so.
We are. I would say previously, maybe a year or two ago, not that much, but obviously there's internet, there's we've still got people back home, so we always in touch, and especially now, even because we're trying to work with a lot of Durban artists, so and there's a lot of them coming out, so yeah, we're still out there. Shout out to PA is the one artist coming up. Yeah, PA Fado Ice. That kid is sick and he works like every day.
We got him on our incubator tapes. Let's click on that.
Oh yeah, I saw it actually. I saw it.
It's hot. It's hot.
So we very much vested in Durban talent from whether it's rappers or whatever genre in music, because
producers as well, you know.
Even producers.
This song was co-produced by a dude from Durban, Filament Beats. You know, so you know the connection is always going to be there. Durban is home for us, so we're always going to go back. It's a source of energy. It's a source of inspiration. So we're always going to be connected with what's happening out there.
With everything you've learned, do you feel that there's value in you guys actually, as Dream Team, almost like creating the passage for a lot of kids coming up to Joburg from Durban who are looking for the opportunity? You've built the relationships, you know, you've built the networks, you've paid your dues, and some kids are coming, like a kid like PA, you know, where his head is very much still in Durban. You know, how do you get him out of Durban and go, this is the bigger world and this is how you embrace it? Do you ever think of plans around being that bridge for the Durban talent?
I think for me, that's probably one of the bigger, you know, sort of directions I'm trying to take this year, personally as a producer, even outside of just the Dream Team sphere, you know. It's just to create that bridge, because at the end of the day, if we are here, then it means that for them, they don't even necessarily have to get here. Because we can be a bridge for them to, you know, reach the South African market or speak to people that they wouldn't necessarily speak to, like the dude I'm talking about now. Like, he was so excited because there's MT and his Reason on the same beat that, you know, he was creating work on. So it's something that he wouldn't necessarily have been able to do on his own, but because we're working together now, it's something that's happening. And we really want to help to develop, even if it's not, you know, full-on hands-on, but play a part, you know, in just developing how Durban kind of progresses, so that guys don't have to come to Joburg. You know, they can be in Durban and live in Durban. We kind of had to, because at the end of the day, we're in a space where all the media is here. And the eyes don't really, you know, stay on Durban forever. They come back to Joburg at some point. So we need to bridge that gap, and by us doing what we're doing, hopefully that becomes a reality as well.
Just to add also, we are trying to, because we've got our own label, Dream Team Music Group, so we are trying to develop artists on any genre. Producers, singers, because we're very much passionate about music. So with our label, we just signed on it. So now we've learned so much about the business, about the game, so many networking, relationships. So as he was saying, we have already like built the bridge. Now it's time for us to start fetching these guys and being like, yo guys, these are the people you should be looking out for. Help them with whatever they need help with. Because a lot of them don't know what's actually happening. There's Samro, there's a lot of things that goes into music. So we want to be that vessel for them.
Alright, and what's happening with the Durban Spring Break?
Oh
yeah, Durban Spring Break.
Durban Spring Break.
It's
doing it this year,
yeah,
1st of September. Bigger and better. We actually came out of a meeting yesterday planning about doing a Spring Break, and we're definitely doing it this year bigger. We're getting bigger sponsors. We actually gonna do like tours, promoting it around the country. So we're just planning it way better this year, because last year it wasn't as great as we wanted it to be. But now that we've gotten resources, we're gonna take it to the level where we want to take it.
Yeah.
And definitely getting you out there this year.
Yeah.
Do you guys sometimes feel that, like, when you go home, I'm saying this because there's an engagement with an artist, but we know, I'm not going to mention their name, but he's from Durban. They went back home and people felt that, like, they think that they're better, you know? Do you ever get that feeling that, like, you know, in Durban, you guys doing what you're doing in Joburg, people start seeing, like, you guys think that you're actually hot, or you think you're the shit, or you get some resistance, you know? Do you ever get that going back home?
I would say you do, but, you know, I've always found that the best way to kill any sort of negative energies with positive energies. So I think I've also made it like, we've tried to make it like a thing that when we are going home, we are even more nicer to people than what we normally are. Because at the end of the day, we don't want negative energy. Our whole point, we're not trying to be better than you. We're not trying to say, we're doing it. Like, that's not our MO. We don't post the things that we do. We don't post where we live. We don't do those things because that's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll speak about specific things in the music, but that's the only diary that we have to speak about it. I'm not gonna be on Instagram trying to floss and all those things. That's not who I am. I'm not trying to say I'm better than you. I'm just a musician. I make music, and it's either you mess with it and you don't. And the people that don't mess with it, I accept that they're not gonna like it. But the people that do should then also show me that they're accepting the music, so that I know that I'm going on the right path.
Alright. What's up? What's next for Dream Team? You dropped a single?
Dropping another one next week.
Dropping another single next
featuring
week.
the boy Donna Dirty Velish on me, aka Platinum Johnny.
Completely different song to what we dropped today. And that's going to be our official single actually, so. What?
No, don't worry about me.
Ain't got stuck. Ain't got stuck, B.
So yeah, completely different song to what we dropped today. Just to show our versatility in music. I think we've always shown that, and we want to carry on doing that. And and especially at this time, I think the music right now, it's so one lane. There's just like one lane. Everybody's doing one type of music in hip hop. You know, so we just opted to do what we enjoy doing and make sure it gets across. And I think it will make an impact. Very nice song featuring Donald. It's called Summer in Durban.
I'm featuring Donald. You guys have had this bromance with Donald for a moment. I thought Donald should be the third member.
Nah, Donald is doing his own thing. But you know,
he's killing it right now.
He's forever showing us love. There's a lot of people in the industry that do, you know, such as MT, such as Reason, and that's how we work with people. We generally vibe for relationships, not just trying to force because you want a feature, you know.
Would you guys ever replace, not replace, to just get a third member? Would you ever do that?
No. It's not.
It's gonna go back to that. Never ever said that.
No, that one.
When we cut this interview, we're gonna literally have you guys saying, that ain't going nowhere. We the ones that said we must go do it. We the ones that must go. That's what your niggas say. We the ones that said we must go do it.
No, we'll never replace him. That's what I'm saying. We'll never replace him. You know, for him, the space is forever there because we built this whole thing. It's like with you and your guys. Like, you know, it's you guys. Like, you're not gonna just bring in a whole bunch of new people that don't understand.
People leave or die. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, it's either whether
the only way you leave Squatter Camp is if you die. Except invert.
You guys have a lifetime contract.
Little shook nice.
You leave with a body.
Who's the shook nice of Squatter Camp? Who's shook nice? Who's the shook nice of Squatter Camp?
Are you shook nights?
Someone comes in and talks and everyone's like, okay.
Nah. I might be the guy who speaks the most, but I'm not
the guy. Shook nights. You're just playing it low.
But there's some niggas out there that'll fuck me up in that group, so I don't
Boza one of them, definitely.
Boza
looks like he can handle it.
Boza maybe can fuck me up, but he wouldn't. But there are other niggas there that could fuck me up and show me a move. You know what I mean? Alright, cool, gents. I mean, I'm happy to see you guys active for what it's worth.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
I've obviously seen you from when you came in the game, you know, and like just to keep on working and being consistent, caring about the music and giving us more music, and even if when you lose a member, you're upbeat about this shit. You know, you're still out in these streets. You know,
definitely.
That's what it's about. You know,
for sure.
So it's good seeing you guys out in these streets. Dream Team Durban. That's the hashtag. I always say Dream Team Durban. You know, I was Dream Team Trade, Dream Team Sasso, Dream Team. You know, it's how it is.
Thank you so much for having us, bro.
You know,
it's always a pleasure
nice to have a platform where you can speak an honest truth without it getting turned into sensationalism. Even though your little, you know, that story that you spun on Twitter is like, "Where's Dash?" Like, and then.
But it is. Everybody's asking where's Dash.
No,
What's wrong with me asking where's Dash?
For sure. I mean,
and you guys said that you're going to talk about me. We're going to talk about
we'll discuss
Dash.
it. It's just
and
that
Dash also said he going to talk to me about it also.
Yeah.
And we talked about
it. But the thing is, like, it's cool. Like, we can talk to you about it.
It's not like, you know, I mean, like, where's Dash? Because Dash will said, in fact, Dash said, no, he's going to tell me about it, but like, you know, not on the phone, we'll talk.
Yeah.
And, you know, we said we're going to talk about it. So, you know, everybody knew. We all on the same page. It's not like, you know, I'm going to get you here to say some shit about Dash.
Sure.
I'll say some shit about Dash just for fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? just for fun, because I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But like, because people are sensitive, you guys then say that shit too, and then people go, yeah, you heard what Dream Team said. So you guys don't say shit about that. Because I never broke up with
but
that.
people are still gonna say shit. Even now, they're still gonna say shit. That's what people thrive on, especially, you know, when they know that you can't physically reach them and say, hey, what are you saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's whatever. That's why we probably don't respond to a lot of the questions on social media, because it just always takes a spin that you don't necessarily want. And that's why we're here, so that we can talk about it.
Properly.
And then you will package it the right way and the truth will come out, you know,
Yeah.
as the truth, not something that's being spun for.
When people ask you about Dash, you go, just keep watching Vuzu. When people ask Dash about y'all, you must go to iTunes.
Well, there's no
And then y'all both benefit. Well, whatever channel, Mzansi Magic.
I was going to say that about
Mzansi
with the
Mania.
people that are asking. I was going to be like, why don't you ask him where he is?
No, y'all need to literally punt each other. Go watch him on. He must go get, where Dream Team, go get the new single. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's just
For
what
sure.
it is, you know?
For sure. You're right, yeah.
Dream Team!
Broadcast live.
Oh yeah.
Broadcast live.
One
Broadcast live.
day, the person that says that we're gonna be so big, he's gonna come and ask for royalties. Watch.
Who says that?
Scoop. Scoop says that.
No, I don't.
Is it not Scoop?
No, it's not.
Broadcast live.